today I'm going to give you some instructions on writing your thesis. Okay, so follow along on Moodle with me. So we're going to scroll down to our National History Day project, and I believe I've opened up step 3, the thesis statement. So you just scroll down. And what I want you to do is open this PDF in Cami and fill out the second page. The first page that we're going to go over is an example for creating your thesis statement. All right. And then I'll show you how to download your work as a PDF. All right. So you're going to open up your thesis or your handout here in Cami. Remember the K for Cami. In class, we have the actual paper that you can write on. But for those of you at home, here is that digitally as well. All right. So what is a thesis? A thesis is a statement that you are claiming something that you are trying to prove. Okay. Your main idea with something that you're going to prove with the additional exhibit or whatever project you picked. Okay, so here is an example of how I would like you to organize your and create. So this is going to be the example on how you can construct your thesis statement. So it says, use your notes, the research that you did, to answer the questions below. Summarize your information into a two-sentence thesis. The first sentence should be a summary of the 5 W's of your topic, and the second sentence should explain the impact your topic had in history. Okay, that's what you're trying to prove. All right, so the topic for Jenny Lopez was the Montgomery bus boycott, and she is breaking down the who, what, where, when, why, and why it's important or how it changed history. Okay, all right, so who was involved or who did it affect? Rosa Parks was all up in the buses and sitting in the front where she wasn't supposed to. And are these in sentence form? Not really. Okay. So who's involved? This is just like notes here. Rosa Parks, the residents of Montgomery, the Montgomery Improvement Association. And this is all based on research. Okay. So these are just jotted down ideas or the people who were involved. What happened? Parks was arrested. The civil rights leaders organized the MIA, Montgomery Improvement Association, to lead the bus boycott. And it hurt the city economically, meaning it didn't bring money into the city. So a lawsuit was followed that went to the Supreme Court, which ruled segregation as unconstitutional. Where did it take place? Montgomery, Alabama. Pretty easy. When did it happen? On this day. It started on this day and lasted 381 days. And that's specific to this particular event. Why did it happen? Here's where it gets maybe a little trickier. Civil rights leaders wanted to overturn segregation laws on public transportation. And so it's just going to explain why, in one sentence, why this particular event happened. Why did the boycott happen? Why is it important? Because this particular event caused the city to overturn segregation laws, which is a huge impact. It drew national attention and put Martin Luther King Jr. in the spotlight. And this was kind of like a moment in time where this event led to other events to protest segregation laws using nonviolent resistance. So these are the notes that's going to turn into 2-sentence thesis statement. All right. So thesis sentence number 1, summarize the 5 W's. After Rosa Parks' 1955 arrest for refusing to give up her seat to a white passenger, Montgomery residents organized a boycott of city buses. Does it have all this information in here? Not necessarily. Okay. It just summarizes the who, what, where, when. It doesn't specifically say why. And I think they probably could have put that in there about segregation, but they didn't. Thesis sentence 2. This is like the biggest part here. So what? Who cares if Rosa Parks didn't give up her seat? How did your topic change history? Using mutual aid and nonviolence as diplomatic strategies, they shifted the debate over segregation and established nonviolent resistance as a successful strategy for civil rights activists. So key thing here, and I'm going to use a different color. I wonder if that'll work. Red. They used the theme words in their thesis statement, okay? Diplomatic and debate. Yours might not be, well, I think all of them are debate, but if it doesn't have any diplomacy in it, don't worry about it. If it's all about debate, use that word, okay? Because we want to tie in the theme to your thesis statement, because that's what you're showing. So how did your topic change history? It used nonviolence and help to persuade people in the debate over segregation and it was successful to destroy segregation laws. Okay, so this was pretty huge in history for the United States. All right, so this is what you're going to do. This is what you're going to practice, because this is going to be the driving force for the rest of your project. You're going to do the same thing with your topic, and this is where I want you to do the writing. Okay, so you're going to put your name up here. Jessica McMullen, and then your topic with the text box, and then put your answers here. Okay, and this doesn't necessarily have to be in complete sentences, but these two do. Okay, all right, because everything else that you're going to put in your project has to align with this thesis sentence 1 and thesis sentence 2. All right. All right. So once you are done writing your thesis, you are going to download it. Make sure with all annotations, and you have to click this box. Otherwise, when you upload it, I don't see anything that you've done. And so I'm going to say, you did not do your work or something like that, which you have. You just didn't download it properly. So make sure you flatten annotations and begin export into the PDF. Okay. And then save it. And then you can upload it to, I'm going to close that, to write your thesis statement here. Okay. And then you will just add submission just like you normally do. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense, and I will see you. You can email me, ask me questions, please. Thanks.